Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about some belts that never made it on TV or some awesome design belts that never really got to be materialized and made into actual belts. So we're starting off with the Impact Wrestling TNA Television Championship. I believe this is a belt performance concept. I did get this picture off of F5 or Hazard F5 Instagram. I definitely recommend following him. His Instagram will be in the description below, so do check it out. Starting out, what I love about this belt, I love the film roll on the bottom with the star. I love the two television cameras and the lighting rig on top. And the one thing I don't like is these weird plants growing. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with the plants. I feel it makes the belt way too busy. But on the contrary, I really like the side plates with the disc shape and then the plants growing on the side. I mean, they could have did that with something else, maybe even more film roll, but left the behind the TNA logo blank or put a little like less busyness right there. This is a lot of paint on the belt. I love the baby blue strap or the light blue strap. The television championship font looks really good. I like the two gem holders on this belt. It's gold plated, and I wonder if I would guess this would be the nickel plating on the other side. Other than that, I would have loved to got to see this belt actually materialize and see what he could have made with it. Because it'd be a really interesting belt for him to pull off. So moving on to another belt. Now this belt did make it on TV, but the first overall design choice didn't make it on TV, and this is the All-Star Championship belts, ROH World Television Championship. The top belt is something that I believe they pitched to them, and then the bottom is what they actually produced. As you can see, it was originally going to be gold plated instead of nickel. No blue on it. I don't really understand why ROH went with the blue. I feel like it doesn't stick out as much, or it doesn't really pop as well as just the silver. It just looks so much better. This is another picture I did get off Hazard F5's Instagram. Once again, check him out. His Instagram will be in the description below. I love the TV right there. They could have did a little bit more. I believe these are satellites. I've never actually got a good look at this belt. Satellites revolving around the Earth. That's really cool detail. Ring of Honor Wrestling, I believe that says right there. Oh, and I thought these were two wrestlers actually grappling, but no, it looks like it's someone filming with the camera. That's pretty cool. I really like that. But other than that, not the biggest fan of the silver. But I mean, you can't really tell. But I believe in the gold plated, there's wrestlers wrestling there, or maybe it's a suplex. You really can't tell that at all on the nickel plated one. So moving on to about, I think, like a couple years ago, maybe right when the WWE Championship got redesigned by The Rock, which would have been in 2014-ish, I believe, or maybe it was 2015. They went along and they made this gallery of all their previous WWE Championship designs that they went through before they got to the scratch logo, big logo that The Rock debuted. Some of them are completely disgustingly ugly, and others are really cool, and I wish they would have actually changed it. So, starting off with this WWE Championship belt, the red strap is kind of unique. They ended up doing it with the Universal title. Maybe this is where they got their idea for it. It looks kind of like a boxing belt. It looks a lot like a boxing belt. And the overall strap shape does remind me of the NXT North American Championship. I love that they kept the eagle design here that they had from the winged eagle all the way up to the spinner belt. I wish they would have kept that with the scratch logo, big logo kind of belt, but I guess with the way it is, just showing the WWE logo, they really couldn't do that. The plates are held together, or held onto the belt with these like leather straps, which looks kind of cool. This kind of looks like a circle around the ring, which is kind of cool. The WWE logo is the ring. I feel this belt wouldn't have made a good WWE Championship at all. Moving on to another belt, and this belt reminds me of a motorbike. And it also seems like it was, instead of snaps, it was almost like a real belt with like the loops. I'm not a big fan of that. I do like the shield look on it. It looks kind of cool. The WWE, you could tell this was an early concept because, the WWE logo is like folding over. That's a weird design choice. I like the flames. Once again, I do not think this would made a good WWE Championship. It almost looks like a belt within the shield is almost the belt buckle. So I don't think this would have translated really well to the actual WWE title. Now moving on to a more more well-rounded, I guess, version of this. Maybe they went into deeper. Instead of the shield being silver, they actually made it gold. W logo still looks really awkward. Deep inset with that. The champion, okay, looking back. What are the other differences? Just I feel like this was, maybe they were thinking about going with this because this looks like a rough sketch and then they refined it with this one. Once again, these look almost like bullets, but I still think they might have went with the latches or the loops almost. Yeah, I don't like this belt that much. Now moving on to a belt that I absolutely love, and I think they should have did it because this feels like just what they were going for. They wanted the logo to be front and center, which I feel like this shows off really well. I love the square look around it and the gym holders on the side with like the ruby. The triangles look awesome. The sidebars on each side and the WWE medallion, or not medallion, metal piece right there looks really cool. It reminds me almost, not really the Iwgp title, just something about this I love. Now I'm not the biggest fan of, are these snap? These might be snaps, or I don't even know what they are. They look like snaps. Maybe they're gold, just like buttons. Not a big fan of that. But other than that, this belt looks awesome, and this would have looked freaking amazing on just about everyone. I mean, I could imagine Daniel Bryan holding this up. The Rock would have looked awesome with this. I do believe that it would be really fragile, but it kept a lot of the design choices that they went with the big logo belt, with the W logo cut out, with the strap showing, the sidebars. Would have been an amazing WWE title. Now, this belt is absolutely ugly. I don't like it at all. I like the fact that it has the eagle grasping the WWE title. It almost looks like the top of the spinner belt, just enhanced. I would love to see what they did with the strap, with the feathers there. Would love to see how they did that. Would it have been just just leather on top of leather? It would have been really cool to see how they did that. But other than that, I don't like this belt at all. It's just weird looking. Now moving on to another belt that definitely wouldn't have worked, and that's why I believe they didn't even really put any effort into it. It's just the WWE logo held together by chains and leather straps. It looks ugly. It would have been terrible. Now here is I believe Jamar released these semi-recently, and these are the WCW Big Bang. These were going to be the new belts when they kind of introduced the new era of WCW after, I believe Eric Bischoff was going to purchase it, but then that never happened. So here we have the United States title. Now it's a tall order replacing the old WCW United States title because it was absolutely gorgeous. A lot of people loved it. I'm a big fan of it. This belt, it's not bad. I mean, I don't really like how the eagle's kind of like onto the earth. That looks really weird. Would have much rather they just like push the USA up a little bit. I like the flag there. It looks really cool, and the design choices there. And I believe these would be on the sides, which would be really cool. It's like the Statue of Liberty's torch. Looks awesome. I'm not quite sure what these are. Maybe they're the side plates for the U.S. title, or maybe these are. I'm not quite sure. You can see the Cruiserweight title up top there. Looks kind of plain and boring. Nothing compared to the actual Cruiserweight title they were using. Looked really good. And then the television title, it's kind of hard to get a good look. Just kind of looks boring as well. You can compare that to the WCW titles they were using before. It's not even close. I'm also not a big fan of the new logo they did, but it's much better than the WCW logo WWE used during the invasion. Now moving on to an awesome belt, and that is the WWE Smoking Skull, or WWF Smoking Skull Chrome version, made by Jamar. As you can see, him holding up the gold and Austin holding up the silver. So I believe that Stone Cold had two belts commissioned after the Big Eagle cut him in the chin, up in the chin, so he didn't like it anymore. So as you can see, this one doesn't have any sharp edges. And I believe he showed up and used it on TV without Vince's permission, or Vince liked the gold version way better than the chrome. I believe Stone Cold in an interview or on his podcast said that he actually has the chrome belt still in his safe, and he much rather liked the chrome version much more than he liked the gold version. Honestly, the chrome version looks really cool, but the gold version just stands out more. I see why they went with it. Moving on to another belt performance belt, and that is his concept of the IWGP Intercontinental title. Now, I like this belt. I don't think it would have been a good replacement for the IWGP Intercontinental title that they have now. The very first one, yes, but not this one. This doesn't really fit with the New Japan's kind of belts. They have the IWGP front and center, except for on the Never belts. I love that they have the lion's mark kind of thing up there. He did update it himself, so they would have had to done an entire redesign of it, or kind of just put the lion's mark that they're using now on it. I believe it's called lion's mark. No nameplate. I like the gold or the red gems there. Looks really cool. I like the or the side plates. I don't think that the four of them, the four exact same, or actually never mind. I just realized it has the different continents on it. I really like that. Maybe if these were a little more diverse, maybe on the actual side plates or the things around the globe or where they're showing off the continents, you could have did something a little different. This belt looks really cool. I don't believe it should have replaced the current IWGP title, and I'm glad it didn't. But I'd love to see someone else pick this up. Maybe WWE, this would look good. AEW, that would be cool. Just put AEW right there or put AEW up here. It will look awesome with it. Now moving on to the final belt on our list, and this picture is courtesy of Belt Fan Dan. I will put his Instagram in the description below. And that is the WWE Tag Team titles. This is the first version that they put together. It was on this weird tannish strap. Not a big fan. I know a lot of people like this. Not a big fan. And then this one actually had nameplates. Now the nameplates, they look kind of awkward. Almost just thrown on there. And I can see why WWE decided against it. Sent this belt back. They removed the nameplates and put it on a black strap. I believe it was on a black strap. My memory's not gone. The reason why I think it just doesn't fit, I mean, it overlaps the Aztec-y design here or Roman design here. But other than that, the nameplates look decent, I guess. I'm not a big fan. What are you guys' thoughts about it in those comments? I'd love to know them. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, check out Hazard F5 on Instagram and Belf and Dan on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your favorite belt is that never made it on TV, and what belts should be made, or which belts would you like to have them put on TV. God, I could not talk there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.